Alright guys, here we go. Back here with DIY Willy, and we're on the 224 HEMI upgrade. We're going to work with the valves today. These are the stainless steel flat valves. These are the stock dished valves. You can see they got a dish in them. We're going to go ahead and lap them into the head, the stainless steel ones, and then install the head. It's ready to go. I got it all cleaned up. Got a new gasket ready to go. And I did kind of port and polish this a little bit. I don't know if you can see them, but I tried. I've never done that before. And I got down in there and I removed all the sharp edges. And yeah, I kind of opened it up a little bit. I know to leave the intake side a little bit rough to help atomize the fuel, or to help keep the fuel atomized. And the exhaust was smoothed out quite a bit. So let's get to lapping these valves in and getting the rockers put on and get the head installed. So taking a look at these valves, you can see you got the dish portion right here and you got the flat portion. That's going to help a little bit with compression, not much, but it will help a little bit. And you know, every little bit helps, right? And this is the intake side. And yeah, I've got my valve grinding compound here, and I've got my little handy dandy valve tool. So I just need to get some lubrication and put on the valve stem. We'll stick it in there, and we'll lap these valves in there and get this thing ready to install. Now you want to get some of the valve grinding material, and just kind of stick it around there like that. We'll put some on the valve. This is pretty gritty stuff. This is basically sandpaper. You know, we'll get some on the valve, and maybe a little bit more. You know, it doesn't take much, but you want to get it good and coated on it good, really good. So I'm going to lubricate the valve a little bit, put a little bit of oil on it. We don't want it in the valve guides dry. I'll go ahead and stick it in there. Now when you do this, I've got these little tools. I like to put a little bit of saliva there, stick it on, just kind of work it back and forth. Let's check it out. So what you want to wind up with is that little line all the way around. That looks really good. That looks really good. I like that. You want that line all the way around. Now let's do the exhaust side. The exhaust side fits in the guides better than the okay. Now let's take a look at this one. There's that line. It looks good all the way through. I hope you can see that. It looks good all the way around. Really good. Good job. Now, I just gotta go and clean everything up. Get all that compound out of there. And we'll be ready to start assembly. Wow, I gotta say, I went ahead and I assembled the valves with the new automotive style keepers. I kept the 10.8 pound springs in there for now. Yeah, that's quite a job putting those things together. It took a good part of an hour to put them in there, and that's with using my spring compressor, a magnet, and even a little screw as little leverage. I couldn't find my small screwdriver, so I just used that screw, and it worked. I got them in there, and yeah, now the head, it's ready to go back on the block. I got the head bolts here. I need to oh, I forgot the socket, but we'll get them started anyway. And it looks good, right? Looks really good. This will be a HEMI 224. Like I said in the other video, I know of at least one already, and hopefully this is the second, or you know, if somebody beats me to it by the time I get these videos out, well, so be it. That's all right. Now I'm gonna run these in with the impact and just gently, and then I'll torque them to the specific requirements. And I need to look that up again because I kind of forgot off the top of my head what that was. So I'll be right back. Check it out. The HEMI head is on the 224. I've got it all torqued to 17 foot-pounds. I've got the rocker arms in. I need to set the valve lash. It's pretty close. I'll set it to 3/1000, and yeah, we'll be putting this engine back together, man. Hopefully get it running here soon. I've got to go take care of some things right now, so today I'm going to stop right here, but I'll be picking up again in the morning right here where we left off. All right, another day. We're getting back here on the 224cc HEMI build, and so where we left off yesterday was getting the valve lash, and we want to set that at 3/1000. And you know, there's a lot of people out there that say it can be set at 0, it can be set at more than 3, and it kind of goes along with the expansion, the heat expansion on the engine. You know, as it gets hot, things expand, and gaps like that can close up. So I'm good with that right there. That looks might need just a touch more. Just a little bit of drag on there, and then we'll cinch it down just like that. I think that'll be perfect. And over here we'll run this one down. The exhaust is where the compression release is, so it's really important to have it set correctly, you know. Just a little bit of drag on there, and run it down. There we go. I like that. Alright, now I need the valve cover gasket, and we can put this valve cover together. Look at that. Alright. Now, some people would pour a little bit of oil in here. I've got the a lot of the assembly lube inside here. I think we'll be okay. So we'll just put it together. And you can hear the birds out again today. Maybe they like engine building. those birds. Alright, so I do want to eventually paint the valve cover housing black, the matte black, to match the whole aesthetic of the engine. And I need to put the other fan shroud on it later. We'll talk about that again later, but for right now I just want to get the engine running, make sure everything's good before I go ahead and put all the final paint on it. We'll do that later. So, where should we go next? I think we should, let's let this plane get by. Wow, that was a loud plane. Okay, so we're gonna put the heat shield back on, and it should go back in the same exact place that it came off of. Shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. Actually, there is a little bit of problem. If you see this little notch right here for this boss, for the whatever that goes on the head right there, and this is where the cooling shield would go on right here. So if I were to line that up, I would have to put it up here like this. So this would actually be blocked now. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to grind a little bit of this out, and so we can, it'll fit more like that, like it should. Okay, that way it's just a little bit I have to grind out. It shouldn't take me that long. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got it pretty good cleaned up, just like that. Should fit perfectly. We'll put the hardware back in and get this engine put back together. Man, I'm excited. Hey, what's up, Gabriel? Now we put the governor arm back on. We want the governor I hope that's right. I'm not really sure how to set that up, but it looks good. We'll get the other linkage set in. That's the 8 up here. You know what? That's going to block the tank. We need to put the tank on there first. Oh, we'll put the tank back on. The tank still has fuel in it. I never did drain it, but that's all right. That's all right. You know what? I'm not putting the charcoal canister back on, so we're going to take that off right now. Get rid of this. Okay, let's see. Pretty much all this hardware is the same size, and we can put it wherever we want it. Trying to get that spring in there. There we go. Alright, check it out. I've got it all put back together for the most part. I still got to put the electric start on there, and but for the most part, it's back together. Now, the HEMI head, everything lined up. I just had to cut this hose a little bit shorter so that it would go to the same spot. The gas vent went to the same spot on there. The only problem I really see is there is a longer boss on the regular head, on the 224 head. So this is at an angle. I might make a spacer for that later just to make it look more cosmetically better, you know. Linkage is in, it's working. Air filter, exhaust. Just gonna put the starter on it and put some oil in it. We'll try to fire it up, see how it runs with that new HEMI head and that stock HEMI cam in there. It all should be the same, but the head is milled 35 thousandths, and I did kind of port and polish it. Even though I have the stock cam and the stock carburetor, I probably won't see any benefit from the port and polish I did, but why not? You know, might as well do it. I mean, it's not going to hurt it, I don't believe, and it might run that much better. So I'm just going to put all this together, and yeah, we'll put some oil in it and we'll try to start it up. I know I put it together pretty fast. I really just wanted to end this video with the engine complete. I didn't show a lot of the assembly. You've seen it in my other videos. I did have a problem. I did strip out one of the coil bosses, and I had to get a longer bolt and try to reach deeper threads. So I hope there's no problem with that. If there is, I may have to drill and tap it for a larger size bolt, but I think I can do that. Yeah, it's all together. I've got the battery adapter hooked up. Let's see, I've got a Ryobi battery ready to go. It's full of oil. It's got gas. However, I don't want it to start yet. I want it to crank for a little bit just to make sure that we're all good. Let me see if I can crank it by hand and make sure that there's no valve interference. Let me see if I can turn it by hand gently and see if there's any valve interference. Doesn't appear to be. Has quite a bit of compression though. It's nerve-wracking. I'm really concerned. We got juice. Got a little cut. And let's see if it'll turn over. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think it's the battery. You can get a bigger one. Nope. Uh-oh. We already popped the fuse? We sure did. Wow, that's interesting. Alright guys, here we go again. I had to fix a couple things. It does have some compression, I guess, because it is hard to pull. But I reset the breaker, installed a new fuse. We got the gas on, put the choke on, and cross our fingers, right? Let's see if we can get this thing to run. Shake itself off the table. All right. That is so good. Predator Max Performance. Max Performance 224cc with a HEMI head. What do you think, guys? Is that not amazing or what? I think that is just straight out amazing. I love it. Now it's shaking all the parts, all the it's shaking all the throttle stuff that's loose inside it. It's shaking it off. I need to grab that stuff before it falls out and put it back in its place and tighten it down until I put the throttle cable back in. But yeah, it is amazing. Look at that, the Ryobi battery, electric start. There's the motor. We're not gonna, as I said before, we're not gonna use the charging coils this time. You can hear the exhaust ticking away. There's the parts that got loose inside there. I gotta get those out of there and tighten them back up. With this air filter, I can take this off. With this air filter, I can take this off, put this cap on, and the bolt will come back up through the top, and it looks like it's stock. I think it'll breathe better with this air filter on it than with the big cartridge that's paper and foam and everything. I think this will breathe a lot easier. It might give me a flat spot, but I can jet it and get that flat spot out. And I may take the Dremel and open this up a little bit, giving more room or more area for air to come up inside, you know. Yeah, I think I might do that. Just open this up a little bit inside here, giving more area for air to come inside. So there you go, guys. Looks good, sounds amazing. Can't wait to get it back on the mini bike and take it for a ride. Remember, this is the HEMI head, and it's been milled, I believe, 35 thousandths, which according to the website gave it a combustion chamber size of 18.5 cc, I believe. And I lapped the valves, and I kind of did my own port and polish on the head. Yeah, I opened them up, took out all the sharp edges, and it just runs good. I love these engine builds, and this one turned out great. I'm going to end it here. On the next video, we'll put it back in the mini bike, and we'll take it for a ride. And man, it's a great day. Great day. Have my max performance 224cc running again after the work we did to it, proving it with the Predator 212 Hemi camshaft that we put inside. Appear to be the same lobe and duration as the stock cam. Now I'm not going to put a performance cam yet. I wanted to just get it like this. It has plenty of power. It really doesn't need much more for that mini bike. Like I said, the head is a good performance upgrade. The air filter, we'll go ahead and jet it maybe if it has a flat spot. I'm not going to do anything with the exhaust right now. I think the exhaust is fine. What I am going to do is put the red cooling cover back on, or pull start cover, you know. I got to put the red one back on, and then at the same time I'll go ahead and repaint the clutch cover, the clutch guard, you know. So they'll both be red, that matte red color. So there it is, my max performance 224 Hemi. Ooh, it's hot. And electric start. Gotta love it, guys. Thank you very much. Always come back to DIY Willie. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and check out my other videos, my playlist, the playlist on the MM80 mini bike, the other swing arm mini bike. Just thank you, and without you guys I can't do this stuff. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.